Mr. Lewison.
So in 2013, the government started allowing the use of MediSave for IVF, subject to a withdrawal limit per cycle and per patient. Recently, many couples have called for an increase in these limits to better meet IVF costs. MOH has said, quote, couples who find themselves unable to cope with unexpectedly large bills, for instance, as a result of complications, even after co-funding, may appeal to use MediSave beyond the current limits on a case-by-case basis. It has been over 7 years since we reviewed these withdrawal limits. I hope we can conduct a review and consider increasing the limits on the use of MediSave for IVF and not just on a case-by-case basis. IVF is a costly procedure. It would be a pity for couples who are unable to afford it but have funds in their MediSave to be denied the gift of parenthood. Next, in the dialogues I've organized on IVF, many couples told me that they have achieved better results from supplementing their IVF treatments with TCM. Some doctors recommend TCM treatments for certain patients as it may optimize results. TCM treatments such as acupuncture can act as supplementary methods for patients to increase their chances of success. My wife also, upon the advice of our doctor, did TCM during our IVF treatments. Some might say that TCM doesn't work, while others say it does. But we can all agree that it does help provide an ease of mind that we have tried everything we can do to have a successful IVF cycle. TCM can be expensive. Couples I've spoken to end up spending around $500 to $1,000 a month on top of already mounting IVF costs. Can we allow couples to use their MediSave, which they are allowed to use for IVF and subject to the current withdrawal limits for TCM treatments associated with IVF? Next, last month I proposed extending co-funding to the 7th and 8th cycle of IVF to support couples who need more cycles to conceive successfully. MOH responded that, quote, we also need to balance the need to meaningfully and responsibly allocate public funds on this, unquote. In this case, rather than providing additional funding for after the 6th cycle, will MOH allow co-funding left over from the first 6 subsidized IVF cycle to be rolled over to the 7th and 8th cycle? Can it also allow any co-funding left over from the 3 subsidized fresh cycle to be used for the subsidized frozen cycle? These are funds the government has already budgeted for. It's a win-win solution as it allows couples to complete additional cycles using subsidies that we have already budgeted for without additional allocation needed.